I'm Steve Pfiester with MassSuit.com. As a trainer with a degree in physical therapy, I'm always looking for innovative and new ways to train my clients. The MassSuit is not only safe and effective, but it also tones and builds muscle and burns loads of calories. The MassSuit is especially effective when holding free weights during exercise would be rather cumbersome. Things like functional exercise or plyometrics or even yoga. Today I want to show you the increased intensity that the MassSuit can create during a basic yoga workout. All right, let's get started. Let's keep the workout basic. Now if you're new to yoga, I'd like you to do this without the MassSuit first and then progress into resistance. The reason I like resistance during yoga is it's already weight bearing, but now we're going to add resistance to it to increase heart rate, increase caloric burn, but also we're going to increase tone and build a little muscle. MassSuit is very effective with that, and of course we're staying safe. First thing I want you to do is move to the edge of your mat. We're not going to focus on breathing as much as we would if we were taking a traditional yoga class, so stay with me through this. Let's focus on the postures and the movement rather than the spiritual side of this. All right, first thing, legs are together, posture is good, slight tilt in the pelvis, shoulders are rolled back, head is tall. Now we're going to first experience the resistance of the bands right now. Big breath in, palms up. Fight through the resistance. I want something called active shoulder. Don't let your elbows bend, push them straight up. Feel the resistance. Now from here, I want to go ahead and just let it out. Slowly. If we can resist the bands in that eccentric phase, we're going to build a lot of tone. That's the phase where we're kind of doing the negative. Now back up again. Keeping the arms active and up, straight in line with the body. Let's fold forward just a little bit. Just till we feel a little bit of a stretch. Now the bands are pulling us in, keep pushing out. If that's too much resistance, you can release your elbow bands if need be. And back up, and all the way down. All right, this time we're gonna fold all the way forward, hands on the ground. Up, forward. If the bands slide by us, it's okay. All the way down. Fingertips here. Let's step one leg back and the other leg back. Find yourself in plank. Now, we need to really extend and stay in really good plank position. Elbows are in. We're gonna chaturanga. We're kind of like a push-up. Down and hold. Turn your feet over, and we're gonna get our first posture of upward facing dog. Now from here, make sure your shoulders are pushed away. My legs are free of the ground. You can come down and relax a little bit if need be, but I'm trying to stay up. Big breath in, turn those feet back over, pop your bottom up, and let's push back into downward facing dog. Let's take a short stretch with the calves, bend one leg, push your right calf into the ground, my sit bones are going high, my chest and shoulders are coming down. Forward into plank, let's go back for the other side. Push back into downward facing dog, and let that other side come down. Hopefully you can feel the intensity that the MassSuit is providing. Forward. Let's go back into downward facing dog yet again. This time let's work on the shoulders and chest coming down. Oh, you can spread your feet out a little bit if need be. And relax. Let's walk it back in. Slowly roll up. Roll the shoulders back and down. And find yourself opened up with a good breath. Now, just for a real quick vinyasa, going through that, that was really intense. That was a lot of caloric burn, and we're building muscle. Let's go through it one more time. Hands up. Push, push, push. Try not to relax. And out. One more time. This one's with a forward fold. Up. Sit bones go back. We're trying to push those hands up. Come on back. And down. This time we fold all the way down to the ground. Can you feel that in your shoulders? Up, forward, keep those arms high. Down we go. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Stomach's in tight. Shoulders are high. Big breath. Plank position. Push back. Calf stretch. Get the shoulders down. Plank position, just for short. Push it back. Calf stretch on the other side. Push the chest and shoulders back. Sit bones go high to the sky. Back to plank. This time a traditional downward facing dog. Push back. Work on getting the shoulders and chest down. Legs are straight. Push back. Big breath in. Exhale. All right, back to plank. Let's walk it in. Roll it up. And open up. Whew, so far fantastic. Let's move into the next one where we start to get into runner's pose, a little bit more weight bearing through the legs. So you can feel that the MassSuit is creating intensity. It's a posterior chain type of excitement. We're having to really extend. That's going to help those weight bearing bones. It's going to help you build and tone muscle. All right, so the next one, we're going to lower body. We're going to work on the glutes, the quads, as well as the core. Big breath in. We're going to get there the same way we did before. Forward fold, hands down. Let's just step back carefully into plank. Now the same thing we did before. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push. Open up. Shoulders are down, head is up. Breathe in. Exhale. Back to plank. All right, from here, let's just push straight back into downward dog. Good. Let's rest here for just a second. Now, I'm back into downward dog. I'm feeling resistance of the bands, but let me lift my right leg up and bring it through into runner's pose. Now, I want that foot to be even with my hands. If my hands are here, I need to move my hands back or move my foot forward. My back is fairly straight. I'm descended through my hips, and I'm going to become weight bearing in that front leg right now as I lift my hands forward. I'm going to continue all the way up to crescent pose. Now from here I want to descend 8, 7, keep those arms up, 6, 5, 4, feel it in the shoulders, 3, 2, 1. Back down to runner's pose. Step back. Chaturanga. Let's go into upward facing dog. I can feel it in my shoulders. It feels so good. It's burning a lot, but I know I'm increasing tone and I'm burning calories. Back into plank. Push into downward facing dog. Let's stop here. Let's get this posture right. Shoulders and head is down. Heels are down. Now the other side. Left leg in the air. Let's bring it through. Back to runner's pose. Work on that core, descend through the hips, arms are here, and all the way up. Now, if that's overbearing, just drop the hands. You still have the resistance from the elbows, if need be. Otherwise, let's maintain this. And here we go, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back down, back to plank. Chaturanga, let's get out of it. Upward facing dog. Still weight bearing through the upper extremity, but you felt how we started to really put some stress and pressure on the lower body. Back to plank, downward dog. Come on guys, we gotta get through this one more time. Leg up, bring it through. If need be, do this one without arms. Drop these bands. Otherwise, up we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lock them up. 3, 2, 1. Back down. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Can you feel it in the lower and upper body? What an amazing piece of equipment. Back to plank. Downward dog. Push those shoulders down, left leg in the air, and bring it through. Crescent pose for our last set. 8, 7, 6, 5. Arms up. 4, 3. Not a lot of movement. 2, 1. Hands down. Back to plank. All right, let's walk it in. Slowly roll it up. Quick breath, roll those shoulders back, chin up, and relax. All right, we're ready for our third and final segment. Get some water and then follow me through. The third and final segment, we're going to really challenge your balance. We're going to move into half moon, warrior three, where we're standing on one leg. So if you're starting to get fatigued, you're going to notice that that's going to really challenge your balance. Do your best. Don't be scared to drop your handles if you need be. All right, we're going to start off the same way. Heels are together, feet are together. Posture is good, head is high, big breath in, challenge those shoulders up. Forward fold. Remember how we got down there. Hands came down. Good flexibility in the hamstrings when we stepped back. If your MassSuit is on properly, the bands might roll around a little bit, but don't worry about that. Chaturanga. Turn those feet over. Upward facing dog. This should feel very familiar. Big breath in. Turn those feet back over. Plank. Let's push back into downward dog. We're going to go into runner's pose again. Let's do that right leg. I like getting into it this way. Leg up. Squeeze your buttocks. Still good and back. Swing it through. Runner's pose. Now we're going to move back into crescent. We're going to turn our body slightly just to drop that hip and then move it back around into warrior one. We're going to try to hold these postures for 2 or 3 breaths with the arms up. Warrior two. Can you feel the resistance there? Oh, that's fantastic. Make sure you're in good alignment. This arm's not down. Keep it up. Let's go back into crescent and turn that over. Reason being, we're going to move into warrior three. So come up, gently, gently come forward, extend those arms out. And down, 3 breaths. All right, place your hands on the ground. Lift that back leg. Now we're going to try to open up. Challenging for me too. One more breath. Now here, let's get kicking. Here, 8, 7, extend, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn, down, roll it up, hands up, and release. At this point, heart rate should be up, really challenging the extensors in the hip and your balance. Feel like you're out of breath? Don't stop there. Let's do it again on the other side. Up, forward fold, hands down, back into plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Couple breaths, clear the lungs. Plank, push back into downward facing dog. Make sure that chest is down and back. Lift the left leg this time. Squeeze that buttocks, bring it through. Let's move into crescent. All right, here's where we move. Turn your hips a little bit to drop this heel, and then back around. Warrior two. Now you're feeling the resistance of the suit. That's where the muscle tone comes in. Now we turn back, not into warrior one, but into crescent, which means this back leg came up. Push those shoulders up. Forward we go. Down. As far as you can get comfortably. Push those arms out. Down. Now we're going to rotate up. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand back around. Leg down. Roll it up, hands up. And down. Relax. Fantastic segment. Now remember, if that was overwhelming for you, drop the bands in your hands. Unclip your elbows if need be. The suit is going to create resistance from a lot of different angles. Don't feel like you have to stay in the entire suit the entire time. You want to make sure that you modify so you can get through the entire workout. All right, I promise you that was your last segment, and now I want to hit the ground and stretch out. So get a little more water and follow me through the last few minutes. All right, at this point, let's drop our bands that were in our hands, and let's go ahead and unclip just from our booties. All right, we can move those out of the way. Let's work on getting some flexibility through our inner thigh. Elbows down, still trying to regain our composure. Keep your elbows down and walk those hands out. Now, incidentally, the great thing I like about the MassSuit is we can also use it for rehabilitation purposes. If you have something that needs to be rehabbed, I don't know, like you got shot in the legs. I got shot in both legs. I've been using the suit for low plyometric type stuff, weight bearing things like yoga, and it's really helping rehab myself faster. Whether it's a knee injury, elbow injury, anything that's going to add resistance in a safe way, like therapeutic bands, like the MassSuit, I think it's going to be super advantageous in rehab. Let's walk it around to this side. Now walk your hands as far out. Now my elbows are still attached, so I'm still having to push. I'm still getting resistance. And the other side. Try to drop this inside elbow down. And relax. A gluteal stretch. We're going to cross this leg. Hold that ankle here, knee up, and sit up nice and tall. And you should feel it in your glutes. Other side. Bring this around. Block it. Here. If any of these stretches bother you, just try to find a way to scale it or modify it up nice and tall. Quad stretch. For me, I'm going to move to my side and stretch my quad because I got shot. If you can, this is okay here, and I want you to tilt back and give me a posterior pelvic tilt. If you have knee issues or low back issues, you're right here with me. Anybody that's been shot? Either way, as long as we get a good stretch in that rectus. All right, other side. Do it a little more traditionally. Right here, lean back. Yes, yes, I got shot in both legs. Down we go, lean back. All right, last stretch. Let's do a shoulder stretch. Because of the resistance of the bands, that's what made this a phenomenal workout. Arm across, elbow in, keeping your hips forward, bring it around. Other side, elbow in, and bring it around. Well, I hope you had a great time with me throughout this yoga workout. Basic yoga workout, try it without the suit first. Then go ahead and put on the MassSuit. You're gonna see how it increases the intensity. Obviously, a lot of tone and muscle building, as well as a lot of caloric burn. Keep checking back on MassSuit.com for new and fresh ideas for workouts using the MassSuit.